Gravel bikes. Why I wanted to buy a gravel bike here in Cebu. Hi, my name's Carlo. Welcome to the vlog. For me to get into the reason why I got a gravel bike, and I'll tell you a little story about one of the first adventure rides that I did. One of my first adventure rides is I went with a bunch of my mountain biker friends, and then we climbed this area called Barangay Tabla, and it was this mixed road ride, a lot of pavement and off-road sections, and there was a lot of climbing, and I really enjoyed it because at the time I didn't have a bike. I borrowed a mountain bike. I didn't have a geared bike, I should say. I borrowed a mountain bike, and then I used that mountain bike to go to that little adventure ride with my friends. Because the thing is, I was cycling already, but mostly as a commute, and what I had was a Jamis Beatnik single speed bike. I was doing a lot of commutes, and one of my longest commutes was a 20-kilometer ride from Mandaue to Minglanilla. So that's like a full of traffic, 20-kilometer road ride, and then that's one way, and another 20 kilometers back. And I really enjoyed the road ride aspect of it as well. So I got a taste of going to Barangay Tabla, which is basically primarily known as a mountain bike ride. There's a lot of pavement, but there are real off-road sections. And I also like doing the road stuff. So basically, those were the two types of rides that I wanted to do. The problem if I just got a road bike was the road bikes were too specialized in a way. I could stuck on the road. It has to be a good road, and I knew that I wanted to venture to the side roads, to the areas of Cebu that were unlikely to have good roads. And the truth is, Cebu has a lot of bad roads. That's kind of gravel-ish already. And then I didn't want to get a mountain bike. The mountain bike was just too much bike for the types of rides that I wanted to do. I didn't want to do any downhill, crazy, Red Bull Rampage type stuff. And I didn't want to do technical mountain bike trails. It's too much bike. It's too much bike. Mountain bikes are too much bikes for the type of riding that I wanted to do. I wanted to get on my bike and explore this island of Cebu. But I didn't want to do anything sketchy or crazy. I just wanted to do these long endurance rides, a lot of climbing, and just seeing what all these inner roads that Cebu has to offer that I didn't know before. I didn't know before I had a bike. So I did my research on the internet. I watched all of these videos on YouTube, and based on how people were using the gravel bikes, it was exactly what I wanted. Tires that weren't too big but also weren't too skinny. I didn't want skinny road tires. I was already using skinny road tires on my single speed bike, and I knew how uncomfortable they would be on rough surfaces. And I also had a sense of what a huge mountain bike tire would feel on the road. So the gravel bikes were a good in-between for that. I really also like how they look, honestly. Gravel bikes just look really nice. The road bike aesthetic, I really enjoyed. Later on, I found out that you get a lot of advantages if you get on the hood. You get on the drops when you're on the road and you're going fast. You get a lot of hand positions, but at the time when I bought my gravel bike, I had no idea about all of those advantages. Also, gravel bikes can go pretty fast. I did a road ride with there's this road ride that I did with the End Polio Now ride. It was organized by the Rotary Club. Shout out Bernard Sia. It was basically a road ride around Cebu. And that was mostly road, and I was cycling with a lot of roadies, and they were on their road bikes with their skinny tires, and I didn't feel like I was that much slower than anybody, and it was fine. So the gravel bikes can go quite fast, and the gravel bikes can also do relatively mountain bike-ish terrain. Now it can't do it as well as a mountain bike, that's for sure. There's another trail here in Cebu called Snake Road. I brought a bunch of gravel bikers over to Snake Road, and we did it, and it was fine. The gravel bike can handle a lot of terrain, a lot of surprising terrain. As long as you're not doing any of those like crazy downhill rides, then you should be fine. The reason why I bought a gravel bike is I at the time didn't think I'd be buying another bike. I haven't bought another bike. It's basically just have this gravel bike, the Surly Midnight Special, and still have my Jamis Beatnik. Basically, I just have those two bikes, and I didn't want to buy like, one road bike, one mountain bike. I didn't want to go that route. You can easily spend a lot of money buying bicycles. The best thing that I like about the gravel bike really is, part of it is the gravel culture. So we have this little Facebook group. I'm gonna put a link in the show notes, in the description. We have a Facebook group called Cebu Gravel Bike, and it's cool because we organized, prior to this pandemic, we organized a few rides, and it was fun. It was like a good culture. We were doing like mixed rides on the road, some off-road terrain, exploring Cebu. A lot of us were going to places that we've never been before. And one time we even had a coffee outside session. So we went up Pamutan, sat down in one of the sari-sari stores. We ordered some food and we set up like an AeroPress, and we had a whole thing and we put it together. It was so fun. So the gravel culture is pretty cool. I mean, we haven't tried yet going out to the middle of nowhere and opening up a beer, but hopefully that happens in the future. And the other really cool thing is I get to do rides with my roadie friends or my mountain bike friends. But the main reason why I got this bike, and the main reason why I love this gravel bike, they really shouldn't call it a gravel bike. It's really just an adventure bike. That's the main reason I love it. I can go out on an adventure, and there's no limits to where it can take you. Gravel bike, adventure. So basically, long-winded way of saying, I bought a gravel bike because it's the bike the most suited to the type of riding that I like to do, which is going out and exploring and going on some little mini adventures. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of No Boring Days. Subscribe. Ciao. Bye. It's really hot. It's really hot. And I didn't want to do. It's a motorcycle. It's another motorcycle.